Hi, I'm less interesting, and you may remember me from such things as 40 questions of a YouTube model creator. We are back with another segment to this, a follow-up, so to speak, of 15 more questions for a YouTube model creator. We are going to be spending some time with YouTube creator Dirk Pitt from his channel Dirk's Numa Files. He hosts a modeling how-to web show, and we're going to get to know him a little bit better. So please, stay tuned. So let's welcome our guest, Dirk Pitt. Dirk, welcome to the show. Why, yeah, sure. I think it should be fun. Yeah, I had a good time last time, so why not? I just have one question. Why did you want me to do this from my bedroom? Oh, yes, the bedroom. That was a joke that we had between me and my staff. Bet we couldn't get some rube to do this from their bedroom. And here we are. You did it. I won. Oh. It's kind of... Okay. Anyway, now on to our questions. Let's see what we have this time. Okay. What was your first car? My first car was a 1965 Mustang convertible. Very early 65, so those Mustang enthusiasts would know what I mean. It had a lot of 64 components on it. It was a fun car. My dad had to drive it home because I didn't have my license at the time. Parked in a driveway, he went to work. By the end of the day he came home, it was all spread out all over the front yard. He flipped his wig. That was funny. It was a good car, but by the time I got my license, it was ready to drive, and I drove it all over the place. Funny thing about the car, though, the owner who I bought it from, I knew her. She called it Sherman, as in tank, and the name kind of stuck, which is kind of funny because Mustangs are the farthest thing from a tank, you'd think, but it just kind of stuck. Okay. Nice. Didn't have to get that into it. It was just, what was your favorite car? Didn't need that whole explanation, but yeah. Okay. Question number 2. What is the first thing you'd buy if you won the lottery? That's easy. I'd probably get my transmission fixed. I'm a simple person. Excuse me? You just won the lottery and millions of dollars, and all you do is get your transmission fixed? Coffee or tea? For me, coffee. 100% all the way, coffee. What was your most embarrassing moment? Oh, that's a good one. You got, actually the list is long and extensive. You got time? My most embarrassing moment was back when I used to work for state police. For those that didn't know, I used to work for state police. And that is, what happened is I was on a work one day. It was rush hour in the afternoon, and I pulled somebody over. I got out of my car and I walked up to them and asked for a license, insurance, registration, all that kind of stuff. And I went back to my car, and it turned out the door was locked. Somehow I locked the door when I got out. So here I am, cars going past us at a crawl because it's such rush hour traffic, and then added top of that, police car on the side of the road, the cars are just crawling by. And here I am standing there with my dick in my hand, so to speak, because I can't get into my cruiser. So I called for backup, or actually, before I did that, I went back to the car, just gave them a little warning, said, have a nice day, don't do it again type thing. Then I went back to my car, called for backup, and there we are on the side of the road with all this traffic coming by with a Slim Jim trying to jimmy the door lock so I can get back in my cruiser. Yeah, that was my funniest and most embarrassing moment ever. What a tool. That must have been some sight sitting on the side of the highway seeing two cops doing this to a car door of a police car. Tool. What is the craziest thing you've ever done? Craziest thing I ever did? I don't know. We did a lot of crazy things back in my day. We just hoped that we didn't die or get arrested for it. But really, probably one of the most craziest thing is really I was still young at the time. I was in the service, and my neighbors were Army Rangers. Okay, and they convinced me to go skydiving. So one weekend we climbed into a C-130, went up in the air, and they opened up the back ramp of the C-130, and I had a ranger on this side, a ranger on this side, picked me up by my elbows, and they just ran out the back of the airplane, and we just went out into the wind. And it was a crazy experience. And to be honest with you, I think it's an experience, well, not so much this particular thing, but I think it's something that everybody should do at some time, is to do something crazy. Bungee jumping out of an airplane, something like that. Maybe driving those NASCARs at, what they do, they take you out and you drive at 300 miles an hour or whatever the hell it is. Because when it's done and you survive, you get this feeling nothing else matters. All the petty crap that goes on in your life that you worry about, that keeps you up at night, none of it matters anymore. Because like in this case, I jumped out of an airplane at 10,000 feet and survived. It's something I think I need to, well, I can't because my knees would shatter on impact, but it's something that you need to do every so often to really center you, I think, for mental health reasons, to center you and to take on life, Yeah. Sorry, it was long-winded, but I think it's true. You do something like that, and it really resets your compass and it helps you move forward with your life, because you just don't sweat the petty shit anymore, Are you left-handed or right-handed? Oh, for me, it depends. Predominantly, I'm right-handed, but I do things like I throw with my left hand. When I play hockey, I'm left-handed. I bat righty. I'm all over the place, really. I can't even say I'm ambidextrous, because ambidextrous is being able to do things equally with both your left and right, and I can't. It's those things I do better with this one, and those things I do better with that one. They just don't cross. So, yeah. Snacks. You look like a guy that likes snacks. A little bit of eating on the side in between meals, huh? What do you prefer? Salt or sweet? I am a salt guy. You put cakes and pastries and stuff like that, cookies on the table, and they'll sit there forever. But you put chips or pretzels or something like that, forget it. I'm devour it. That's my Achilles heel, so to speak. Who is your all-time favorite actor or actress? All-time favorite actor or actress? I guess I'd have to go. It's one of those things that depends. But I if I really had to whittle it down, I think my all-time favorite actor is Robert Urich. For those that don't know Robert Urich, he was a very prolific actor. Not so much known for one role or another, but he did, I think, at one time hold the record for the amount of TV series that he starred in. He was just all kinds of stuff, but he was a really great actor. I liked him. Stuff like Dan Tana in Vegas and Spencer for Hire. Those are my favorites, especially Spencer. What is your favorite TV show? Favorite TV show? Now, that's another hard one to answer. It depends. Are you talking a drama? Are you talking a comedy? Are you talking an hour long, half hour long? I don't know. But probably one of my favorite all-time comedic short 30-minute series, Hogan's Heroes, by far. I can watch that. Matter of fact, they do. There's a station on a channel on my TV that has 24 hours of all these different shows, and one channel is Hogan's Heroes. And if I'm not in the mood to watch anything, but I like the background music, it's Hogan's Heroes, and it's just on and on and on. Or if I know I don't have time to get involved in something, it's Hogan's Heroes, and it's on and on and on. I just love Hogan's Heroes. Drama-wise, Spencer for Hire was one of my favorites. Sci-fi-wise, my all-time favorite is probably the first season of Sequest. I thought that was an awesome show. Had so much possibilities, and it just fell flat after that. But that's it. Did you or do you serve in the armed services? Yes, I did serve in the armed services. I was in the Air Force. I had 2 MOSs. Primary MOS was I was a turboprop mechanic. So I worked on C-130s. Basically, for the most part, I worked in an engine shop. So the engines and everything and props would come to us and we'd work on them. I very rarely did flight line work, but yeah, that's what I had done. Mostly doing, it's all engine and prop work is what I did. And then I had, because of the base that I was at, was I forget what they called it, but our security police were tasked to go all over the world all the time. Matter of fact, our base was one of the first security detachments to go to Cuba to set up the Guantanamo Bay at the time. And they had a big rotation where they sent a lot of guys there and spent a lot of time there. So we were short of SP, so they tasked from from throughout the base to get other people to do SP work. So that's how I got involved with that. They ended up pulling me out of my shop, did some training, and I was security police on and off part-time. Have you ever been arrested? You look like a guy that's been arrested a time or two. No, I've never been arrested. That doesn't mean I haven't done things to get arrested. I just never got caught. And I don't mean stupid stuff like, I robbed a bank or assaulted somebody, anything like, maybe assault, but, stuff like that. It was just silly stuff. Like when we were young, we'd boost a car, which was in a stranger's car. It was my friend's car, my friend's father's car, that kind of thing, But yeah, never got caught, so I was never arrested. Have you ever paid for sex? Have I ever paid for sex? You tell me. I was married for 10 years. And then here we are 23 years after my divorce, and I just recently got finished paying all that off. So yeah, I paid for sex. Absolutely. I was married. And anybody else who's married knows they pay for sex. That I can relate to. I've got 3 ex-wives. And I'm working on number 4, so I guess I did too. What is your favorite band or musical performer? By far, the most favorite band of my most favorite band is Rush. What is your top 3 desert island discs? In other words, if you were to be marooned on an island, what 3 records would you want on there to keep you busy for all your years? Top 3 desert island discs. Depends on my mood, but top three. In no particular order. Meatloaf's first album, Bat Outta Hell. Rush, Moving Pictures. And number 1, without a doubt, actually this would be the first one, Joe Jackson's Jump and Jive. It's not like a rock album. It's a remake of all the classic jive, big band music that was remastered and redone with Joe Jackson's flair. And I'll tell you what, no matter what kind of mood, if I'm in a foul mood, it makes me in a better mood by the time the album's done. Matter of fact, when my wife told me that she wanted a divorce, of course it put me in a bad mood, you would think. I put that album on and it put me in a better place by the time it was over. Before I knew it, I'm bebopping and singing to the songs and everything. What a great album. And if I have to be on a desert island, I want that album in my on my playlist. And what do you do for a living? What do I do for a living? It's kind of boring. It used to be interesting, but it's not so boring. It's kind of gotten boring over the years. But I work in the IT department of a local hospital. I'm a Citrix administrator. So yeah, it keeps me really busy because we got like 23 hospitals and stuff like that. So we're constantly getting calls for a lot of stupid stuff. But yeah, so I'm an IT geek. Oh, you're one of those. Should have guessed. Well, that's all the questions we have for this show. I'd like to thank Mr. Pitt for being our guest again, and go off and do that exciting stuff that you do so well. Oh, yeah. Well, that's it. No, I had a good time. Thank you very much for asking me again. Probably next time if there is ever next time, I'm not going to be doing it from my bedroom. This is kind of silly. I don't care. I don't hate to be butt of somebody's jokes. All right, guys. Thank you very much for your time, Les. I appreciate it. And to all of you following along at home, I'd like to thank you for watching this most boring thing we've ever done. But if you have no life and would like to participate in this little event, I will put the questions down below in the comments, and you can take them and answer them as you would like to in a video of your own, posting it up as another 15 questions with a YouTube creator. Until next time, I'm less interesting. Take care.